On this week's show, I'm going to tell you something about mountain biking that if you don't know, this is a must-watch.
All that, plus the news and much more coming up on this week's Dirt Shed Show.
Yes, welcome to this week's show. This is a banger. How are you, Neil?
Good, I'm looking forward to this, Martin. What are we talking about this week then?
We're talking about one guy, right? Because I think we're in an amazing era in mountain biking, okay? Tom Pidcock, right?
Yeah.
Is, like, I think he's the greatest of all time.
Hang on,
the
you mean
greatest cyclist of all time.
You mean that Tour de France rider?
That Tour de France guy, right?
Yeah.
I think he's the greatest cyclist of all time. Now, he's 22 years old.
That is pretty young. We've sort of talked about this a bit in the past with other people.
Yeah.
Someone like Pauline Ferrand-Prévot has been world champion in XC, road and cyclocross in the same year.
In the same 12-month period. Not in the same year, but yeah, she's the only person who's done it.
Right, okay.
But this year, okay, Tom is currently Olympic cross-country mountain bike world champion, right? He's also cyclocross world champion. He just won the Alpe d'Huez stage of the Tour de France.
With an amazing downhill ride.
With an amazing downhill ride and an amazing uphill ride, okay? Maybe the most important stage of the entire race.
That shot of him overtaking around the outside.
It's unbelievable. His riding downhill is incredible on the road bike and on his cross-country bike.
Got skills, for sure.
Okay, this year, he's only raced 2 World Cross-Country downhill.
How do you do?
World Cup cross-country races. He won both of those.
Oh, yeah.
So he's coming into the end of a season where he's absolutely peaking in performance. The Tour de France is proof of that. And he's about to race the World Cross Country Mountain Bike Championship and quickly after that, the World Road Cycling Championship. He could win both of them.
You know, funny enough, if you follow him on social media, I saw when they were riding through Morsey and he's like, oh, I can't wait to come back here on a mountain bike in a few months' time, whatever. So he's definitely a mountain biker at heart.
Yes.
I can't go without mentioning Mathieu van der Poel, because we've talked about him in these same sort of conversations. He's won cross-country World Cups, he's won classics on the road, an amazing rider. His kind of issue has always been peaking for one event, or not being able to concentrate enough on either sort of discipline to really get success. So do you think Tom's going to be able to do that this year?
I think Tom Pidcock, the age he's at now is he's got so much belief in finding out how good he is. I don't think he knows how good he can get, but I think he thinks he can be the best cyclist on the planet. And I think we're watching that happen. I think we're going to look back at this era and go, oh my God, that's when Tom was great.
I don't know if we've really had, other than Pauline Ferrand-Prévot, I don't know if we've really had someone, we've talked about John Tomac in the past, sort of since that era where someone can be really across them all the time. Pauline definitely has that strongest shape by far.
Yes.
Out of anyone. But are we going to see someone really take it on and win?
Imagine it. I mean, it's just incredible. Tom's basically 2 races away from being the greatest cyclist of all time.
He's only 22.
He's only... Well,
do you feel like the legacy has to be... Well, I guess not.
Well, the results speak for themselves, man. I mean, he's already been junior world champion on road, on cross-country and cyclocross. Yeah. He's nearly done it in the senior ranks, elite. Literally this year it could happen, but he's got so much time ahead of him. His riding skill is one of the things that's really setting him apart, especially on road, that he's literally out riding a lot of people. I think we're watching something very special, and we should all just pinch ourselves because it's happening as we watch it.
Pinch yourself.
Well, yeah, that was unfair.
The Tour does burn people out though, so we'll see what happens. You've seen it in the past, you know, that's such a long race, but looking forward to see what happens. Yeah,
we will see. Let us know in the comments down below. Do you think Tom Pidcock is the greatest of all time? And if you don't, who is? Who do you think's best? It's a very interesting question, but I've been absolutely loving watching Tom's progress through this year and just getting so excited about what could happen. It's amazing. Right, I need to get a little bit less excited. Let's watch the news with Tom.
What's up everybody? Another busy week in the mountain bike world to tell you all about. Let's get stuck in. We're kicking off this week with the downhill from Val Nord. A brand new track makes for exciting racing. In the women's, Millie Johnset got her second elite podium with 5th, and from what I can find, it was Jess Blewett's first elite podium in 4th. Valley Hull took the win by a storming 3 seconds ahead of Nina Hoffman and Camille Balanche. Men's race saw Ollie Zoir and Luke Meyer-Smith taking career bests, 8th for Ollie, who was in the hot seat for quite some time, and 6th for Luke. Loris Vergier dropped last and put a whole second into the field, pushing Bruni to 2nd and Isles to 3rd. Great to see Gwyn back up there in 4th, and Jackson Goldstone putting a stormer down for the fastest time in the day in the junior men's field. We were of course treated to a double weekend with the XC racing as well. Dust and altitude proving a real test for a lot of the elite field. And Terpstra put in an excellent performance, leading from lap 1 and putting in almost a minute on 2nd place Mona Mitterwallner, making this back-to-back wins at the venue for Terpstra. Ramona Forcini finished in 3rd. In the men's race, it was much closer with plenty of jostling for position in the opening laps, but Luca Brido made it 2 in 2 weeks, beating David Valero Serrano and Nino Schurter to the line. To sum up just how close this race was, the top 5 all finished within a minute of each other, over 6 laps and an hour and a quarter of effort. Okay, a new helmet from Kali now. They've released the Cascade with a bit of a sustainability angle on it. They've actually integrated recycled materials into the construction of the helmet and state that CO2 emissions from the construction process are 58% reduced from their standard levels. It's got a fidlock buckle, 13 large vents, their own anti-rotational injury system called Rheon. The PET in the straps is from recycled water bottles, and the padding is actually from sustainably sourced bamboo. Spotted at Eurobike some prototype nollies. The Canadian manufacturer showed the direction their brand will be heading in by bringing a few test mules along, stamped up with a big prototype label nice and big on the top tube. I've got to say, I actually love the raw alley and the black look of test mule bikes. It looks so good. Looks like the top tube on the Fugitive, Endorphin and Chilcotin is getting flattened out. A small change, but I think it makes the bikes look rad. I will see you next week with more news.
Right, this week's sickest thing has to be this super sick new video from the Rise crew. It's episode 6 of their Barcelona Day series, a series which is basically there to just get all the best mountain bike street riders together to film sick clips in the mecca of street riding, Barcelona. This episode features Walter Meyerhofer, Tom Kilcoyne, Jeremy Menduni, Lewis Lomo, Emilia Hansen, Jonas Nyland, Sam Pilgrim, Billy Hoyes and Alexis Russell. Favourite clips has to be Emilia Hansen bar spinning a 15 stair like it's a curb. Lewis's insane nose manual 180 on that like bank thing. Nose manuals are so hard on mountain bikes. Jeremy's manual to jam to fakie manual back. Walter's bar pop and all of the Tom K clips. He's just so steezy, isn't he? Right, that's my sickest thing this week. Time to go back to the shed.
Thank you, Tom. That was cool. Tell you what, I'm still gushing about Tom Pidcock. What about he suddenly started trying downhill?
He's talked about it, hasn't he? He's talked about even doing Rampage. The problem with that in the past, if anyone's tried to diversify, the paycheck for road is so much vastly greater than mountain bike, and that often they, as you'd imagine, they go with that.
Yeah, but I'm thinking, Tom said he wants to be the best cyclist in the world. Maybe he's not going to let any paycheck stop him proving that. I really hope so. I'd hate it if a paycheck stopped him doing it. Yeah. Do you think he could race downhill?
He could race it. It's so different. I think you need the years and years of being a youngster, throwing yourself down the mountain to get the sharpness that really gets to the top. So I don't know. I think it'd be good. I don't know how good. I'd love to see it.
Interesting. I would love to see it. Can we get him out on a downhill bike? Oh, that would be great, wouldn't it? Come on, guys. Garmin, make it happen. GMBN shop, we have got some amazing stuff at the moment. We've got the Rock Garden long sleeve. We've got the new Monterey top. That's very cool. And we've got the Black Mountain.
Yeah.
That looks really cool.
Not forgetting these Rockies t-shirts that me and you seem to both like wearing.
Yeah, we've done well today, haven't we?
We love your sport. It definitely helps us out if you buy merch. Our jerseys are amazing as well, so get yourself over there.
Hurt some budgies. What have
budgies got to do then?
Last week I was singing that song, and look what the auto cue on YouTube brought up. Hurt some budgies.
Yeah, I always thought you were wrong. Huh?
Yeah.
What have budgies done to you, Martyn?
I know. Right, yes, hack some bodges, and we're starting this week with a nice little jam jar.
Yeah.
Hack.
This is from Red. Wow, it's a cool little workshop setup. I've seen this somewhere else on like a home,
It's a very good idea.
I know, DIY program on TV where you use your jam jars for storing stuff. Actually, pretty good.
It's cool, isn't it? Because he's turned that shelf into a double layer, really.
Yeah.
He's not wasting any space on top of that shelf with that. I like that a lot.
As a Jam fan, I can get on board with that.
Yeah, it's hard to beat that one. Next one, we've got David, who's been doing some 3D printing. Look.
People love doing 3D printing. This is
do.
16 years old from Ireland. I recently broke my elbow. Oh, I know. So we've been doing some 3D printing. And this is like a storage bung for the bottom of your fork. What are you going to put in there, though, without it rattling around?
I don't know, you could get some zip ties in there. He's also 3D printed a Fox 36 seal driver as well.
Good idea, I like that. So you don't have to just use a mallet and wire them in.
Yeah. It's very cool. Good use. This one I love. I love this, Neil.
Is this a hack or a bodge in your opinion, Martyn?
This is definitely a bodge. This is definitely a bodge. It is from Matthew, and he's in France, and he's
Matthew.
He's I don't know. I guess what he's going for is he's trying to make his components look higher end than they are, using some very dodgy Airfix paint.
You mean his valve covers are now higher end, so they're painted green?
I just think it's hilarious. I think he's done a good job, but maybe he used a slightly finer brush because the brush.
I like custom painting's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. This is not custom painting. Well, it is, but I guess it's not going to win this week. But Neil, what are you going to choose out of?
I think
3D printing's good.
I mean, I like David because I've got some sympathy for a broken elbow, and he's made his own stuff.
Really, it's going because you don't often go with a 3D print.
Well, I think that's pretty good.
Okay, well done, David. You have won yourself a GMBN race top. Congratulations. Now, if you've got a hack or a bodge or a little bit of customization, even using Airfix paint, I love it. Yeah. Send it in to the GMBN uploader so we can see your hacks and bodges next week, and you could be winning yourself a race top. Right, we've got time for a pro hack, but I've just realised, Neil, it's Rich who doesn't like 3D printing. Sorry,
yeah, I
accused you of something there. You didn't do. Right, pro hack this week. This is Simon Godziak out practicing.
Yes.
He's practicing a no-hand double flip. But what I want to touch on here,
double?
Neil,
Is it a triple?
It's a double.
He's getting towed by a motocross bike.
Yeah, what I love about this is the behind the scenes of a pro slopestyle rider. This is what they do. We see them riding in front of hundreds of thousands of people doing amazing tricks. But this is the reality of their job. It's hard graft in a field where no one's watching, being towed in by motorbikes so you can get the height to try the tricks. It's crazy.
Although now you can put it on Instagram and you do get some views out of it.
I guess you do, but isn't it amazing? They work hard, those guys. It's hard to be a pro these days. It really is. Right, let's take a look at the caption contest this week. Last week's photo is Rich and a very happy looking Anna. Who knows what they've been getting up to?
Rich is
Who
looking
knows?
a bit confused.
Yeah, hasn't
Cornish
he?
Cactus, here we go.
He's always got one.
Anna has said this cafe sold special brownies to Richard, and Richard did like a good brownie.
Chris Pike says Anna was proud of her role as an adult carer.
Robin YouTube, we're happy to announce we got engaged. Whoa, that's news to me.
Well, that's a weird couple. That's a weird couple right there. They both like riding.
I mean,
They've
the
got a lot in
winner
common.
has got to be Cornish Cactus.
It can't be Cornish Cactus.
It's the best one.
No, Cornish Cactus can't win. He's won it so many times. It's going to have to be Chris Pike. Anna was proud of her role as an adult carer.
We're actively punishing Cornish Cactus nowadays, are we?
He's just too good. All right, Cornish Cactus, you've won again. We're going to send you another stunt mug. I don't know where you're going to put them all. I wonder if he ever got any of them.
I don't know. Let us know in the comments. You're obviously there in the comments down below.
Okay, and here's this week's caption contest photo. Neil with a moose.
Yeah, my mate the moose.
Give us a caption for that and you could be winning yourself a stunt mug next week, Cornish Cactus. Good luck, everyone. Get involved. Right, let's take a look at some things we liked this week. And the first one, I want to talk. I'm trying to spot some new talent out there, Neil.
Yeah.
I've been hunting through Instagram, and I think I found one. Nathan Meadows.
I've just been checking this out, actually, yeah.
Just won Dirt Wars event in the UK
Nice.
in the open category. Could this be the next Emil Johansson? Maybe.
I used to love watching dirt jump videos, BMX videos. That was my thing. So
Yeah,
nice
Nathan,
one,
you are nailing it. Well done. I love this comment from last week that brought up, it was from Rob Hutchinson that brought up the hurts and budgies moment.
Yeah.
Thanks for sending that in. I love that.
Subliminal messages coming from Martyn.
Yeah,
Terrible.
I'm getting across my true feelings about small, colourful birds.
Terrible
Yes.
things.
And lastly, the GO.A.T that I've now named him,
Yeah.
Tom himself, right? He's not only really good on a bike, look, he's super cool. Look, after the race, look, he's jumping in a little paddling pool to keep himself cool.
Perfect. I've been doing that.
The guy's a dude. I love it. Can't wait to see him out riding mountain bikes. Some cool stuff we like this week. Right, let's take a look at what's coming up on GMBN this week. Got some good vids coming up starting tomorrow. Do you really need a downhill bike, Neil?
Oh, well, I filmed the video and I rode down a bike. Rich rode his enduro bike in Saddleback, and we just sort of compared notes, really.
Ooh,
I love down a bike.
Yeah.
Do you need one, though? Anyway, and then Sunday, there's an epic ride coming from Saddleback from that festival we did.
Yeah, definitely. And also, coming up later in the week, we've got how to ride mountain bike features filmed out in Bentonville. So there'll definitely be some cool features in that one.
Yeah.
Lots of vids that are going to help you ride and keep you inspired. So make sure you get involved. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do, and you'll be getting the videos straight away.
Right, let's go and see a load of hopefully super nice bikes that you a lot have sent in using the uploader. Look at that one. That is the identical bike to the one I've got by the looks of it. It's a 2022 Nuke-proof Giga. This is Luke's bike in Molfama. I said that, Matt.
It's a very handsome bike. Very handsome bike. I like that a
North
lot.
Wales, you might not know.
How do they ride, Neil? What are you going to give
I
it?
love it. I think that is a banging bike. Is that a 290? It looks like it. I love mine.
I came here to get the bell, but I've just realised it's not here. We're going to give it a bit of horn this week.
Super nice bike. I've been riding mine at Bike Bar Wales at Vanta with Blake just this week.
Super nice. Well done, Luke. Next up, we
Kids'
have got...
bikes. These always get super nice.
Oh, yeah,
this
super
is
nice.
Natalie's Trek Roscoe 16-inch.
It's so cool. Love the little pink attributes on
It's
there.
got a Bergtech space seat. Check that out.
It's very cool, isn't it? It's a nice little bike. Like to see a bit of riding if we can. Next up, oh my God, look at the angles on this. This is Kevin's Titus Locomoto. It's titanium frame, Neil. So.
62-degree head angle.
Wow, that's slack. That's slack.
Hardtail. I can't imagine how that rides.
Well, I mean, I imagine it must be quite a weird one to climb on as well. It's titanium. It's hard to not hit the horn.
Yeah, go on.
Super nice. Next up, we have got a bird.
Bird. I see
David.
quite a few of these around. Although I'm not. Is it a British brand, Bird? It is, isn't it? Yeah.
I'm on the fence on this one, Neil.
It's an Aeris 145 frame built up from a donor bike parts after crashing. It's in Tilgate Forest, West Sussex, braving the heat wave.
It looks like it can handle a lot. Shall I? No.
It's got an oval chain
nice.
ring.
It's nice. Next up, this is handsome. It's a Ragley bigwig mullet from Brenton.
Is it a mullet? Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to get a good foot on my custom paint rainbow metal flake on the frame and fork.
Yeah,
Well, that's got to get super nice on the fork as well.
I'm not sure. Really, you give
A metal flake.
It's done it now.
I guess you did that yourself. Well, I don't know.
Next up, Henry's Common Sal Meta. I wonder if it's Henry.
Probably not.
No.
AM29 Olins. It's in Whistler. The king of all enduro bikes.
It could be Henry. It's the king of... Yeah, I don't... It's pretty hard to...
The workshop looks good. It's
hard
your
to pick
home
an L's in.
workshop. It's a nice, tidy setup. Loads of tools.
I'm giving it a super nice.
Go on then.
I like the horn, you know.
Oh, okay, I like these bikes. The Norco
Yeah.
Range 2022 C3. This is in Auckland, New Zealand. This is Liam's bike. This is a high pivot bike, Martin. You're gonna hate this.
Yeah, I do
but check
hate
out the chain. I've never seen one like that where it's on the lowest gear of your cassette. That looks pretty mad. Like there's a big square bit of chain.
It looks horrible. Let's face it,
that looks
idlers don't look good.
Unusual.
Why don't we just admit it? Say it out loud.
I think without the gear in there, I think it would look good.
There's the horn. I mean, the bike other than the idler looks
So this
fantastic.
Liam says he went under the knife for shoulder reconstruction and decided to build my dream rig over 3 months in time for our summer.
Well, the dream you had was a nightmare, but if you want to hit that horn, you can.
I think that's super nice, Liam.
Next up, we've got Eduardo's Specialised Demo. Look at that. That takes me back.
We don't see not enough downhill bikes
No.
in the bike vault, so I'm going to super nice. I think it's good. Right. And I love the way Finn Arles is riding his, although it's not the one he's riding driving a new one, isn't he?
Yes. Finars is riding very, very well.
Mario
with another downhill bike.
Hasn't he got a brother called Luigi on?
He may well have. This is in Nova Scotia. It's a 2012 Intense 951.
They were... I mean, it's 10 years old, but I remember those bikes being absolutely mega back in the day and thinking they were really cool looking bikes. I still think it looks good now.
Yeah, it does. It stands up.
Looks kind of steep though, from that angle. I don't know how steep that angle was. Big coil on there.
What are you giving it, Neil? That's a super nice for you, isn't it?
It's got to be.
Yeah, got to be. Next up, we have got a 2022 Eminent Offset from Tucker.
These are unusual looking bikes because they're kind of missing a seat tube, aren't they?
Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to say about this one.
So that's a super nice bike in your opinion?
Probably don't use that bit, I'd say. Pretty sure, let's keep Brody out of it.
Last bike is, look at that, Icona Stuff 2.4.
I don't know much about this bike, Neil, but I feel like you might have ridden one of these at some point.
A bit earlier for me.
Yeah.
I had a 24, well, I don't know, I had a hardtail with 24-inch wheels in it that I used to use for dirt jumping. It's a Kona stuff, probably, but it didn't look like that. It was kind of longer and lower.
Oh, I miss you dirt jumping, Neil. You were like the dirt jumping kid when we were young.
If I wasn't on down bike, I was at dirt jumps.
Yeah, and you could ride those.
Not anymore.
We need to do a video with you doing some of those big old steep takeoffs and landings. That is it for the Bike Vault this week. Thanks for sending your bikes in. If you've got a bike, and of course you have because you're watching this show, send it in to the Bike Vault on the GMBN uploader and we will give it a nice or a super nice. It matters not which one we do, but it's good fun and it's a great way to get involved with this show. Well, there you go, Neil. It's been a banger of a show. I think we've put some thoughts in people's minds about the GO.A.T. that I've now named him. I'm telling you guys, we're watching something special happen.
Yep.
I'm telling you. Let us know what you think about that in the comments down below. And until next week, it's...
The end? What?
I thought he was going to say goodbye.
Oh.
It's the...
The end of the show.